Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Open Potato. In the last episode, we seemed to make an unusual amount of progress. I've been saying that a lot recently, and that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy about it. I just think it's worth mentioning. It doesn't often happen. Anyway, yeah, so a couple of things have happened since we last left. Nothing really in the game, just I discovered something which is supposedly a little trick to help you make your fields run a little bit smoother and a little bit better. I was informed by a semi-reliable source. That's right. I'm not gonna commit to full reliability. A semi-reliable source told me that if indeed I get a distribution office down near fields, which is exactly what I intend to do, and I am planning, by the way, to fully build this with my own rubles. I have plenty of them right now, which is absolutely wonderful. Then I believe we can actually use distribution offices to help with the collection of crops from the field. Not like that's particularly necessary at the moment, because, you know, we've got a heck of a lot of crops coming in anyway, but it's just something that I thought I might impart onto you, dear viewer, if indeed that is indeed correct. Looks like we can actually add these fields. That is fantastic. Okay, well, I guess we should set like an unload point. We'll set the Gransky grain storage, the Gransky grain storage as the unload point, because that's the most empty of the grain storages. I mean, we do have a full grain storage over here. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, we are absolutely a-okay when it comes to grain. But yeah, just as a test, we'll do. Yeah, okay, wow. It looks like we can set up a bunch of fields. I cannot assign any more buildings. Okay, so there is obviously a cap, but that's just the regular cap that we would have for any distribution office. So if I do something like that, yeah, holy cow! It looks like lorries are gonna be able to just go up into the fields and collect all of the crops and take them to my grain storage of choosing. I mean, that is fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm very, very pleased with that. That's good news. That's good news. I'm happy with it. Wow, that's a real. Look at how many crops we have. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that scroll bar. Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That is actually kind of game changing. I mean that in a really, really good way. That's so good. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, wow. I mean, I don't need the crops. I really don't. I really, really do not need the crops. And this whole process is making me realize how many more crops we actually have than what we need. But that's kind of by the by, frankly. I just thought it was worth showing off this little top tip, if you'd like. And that way, it's basically like having an additional agro farm, because it always confused me in this game how agro farms are so poor in comparison to construction offices. With construction offices, you can obviously have multiple different buildings, each assigned, or multiple different offices, each assigned to the same bit of construction. However, fields don't work like that. You know, it's one field. One field is allocated to one agro farm, and that's the way that it has to be, unfortunately. Well, it probably doesn't have to be, but that's the way that it is. And there you go. That's the situation. That's where we are. Okay, yeah. So what have we got? What have we got lined up in this episode? Well, I'm kind of hoping that we can fix the prefabricated panel situation. It does seem to be getting there. However, I gotta be real. I'm still not entirely happy with it. We need a little bit more gravel production, and so we're gonna be trying to do that. Also, just on the matter of food, I know that we are slowly but surely producing food, but I think honestly we need to get a couple more buses. Yeah, I mean, how long are you waiting at the bus stop? You're waiting for about 40 minutes. Okay, so that says to me that we should probably see if we can try and get another, I don't know, maybe 3 buses, something along those lines. We'll get the biggest bus boys that we can. And we'll stick you over there. And then stick you over there at the bus stop. There we go. And we'll dispatch you. And I'm actually going to set these 2 buses up to completely the opposite end of the town. Yeah, no, so that bus stop that we introduced in the last episode is gonna get somewhat of a reincarnation. Is that the correct term to use in this specific scenario? I feel like maybe it's not, but you know what? It's not a bad term. All right, let's start accepting workers as well. Something that I have started to note is that we do just have too many people going up on this cableway, on this cable car. There's just not enough. There's just not enough capacity to transport people, I don't believe. Are we maxed out? Are we maxed out at the coal mine? I mean, we can lift the cap on number of workers, but even that still doesn't really help very much at all. I would imagine. Yeah, I think the cable car system is still going to have too many workers here. Yeah, I mean, they're not waiting a super long time, but there are, you know, there are constantly people waiting in the office, which is not a good sign. But there we go. There we go. I'm sure that'll rectify itself in time. We just gotta let that tick through. This is a bad situation that I have not accounted for, not even slightly. Where we have a real difficult issue because we got a whole... Oh my god. Because we've got 3 gravel trains. I actually only accounted for ever having 2 gravel trains. Which is not something that I really wanted to fix. Frankly, not something that I really wanted to fix at all. No siree. But I will because it's the right thing to do. I will because it's the right thing to do. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little branch off here. If at all possible. One must assume that it will be possible. Otherwise, you know, goodness gracious me. Otherwise, you know, you're just gonna live your life as a pessimist. And I gotta be honest. I'm an optimist. I'm hugely optimistic. About everything, actually. Right, and let's get you to come down here. And you merge into there. Brilliant. And then we can just disconnect you. And that was the wrong thing to do. I should have just disconnected you. There we go. Okay. Redo that, and that's fine. Stick in a signal over yonder. Signal over there is signal over there as well. And that is good enough for me. Yep, I will absolutely take that. And that whole area should provide, what, 1 extra? Yeah, the space for 1 extra train. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We'll see if it actually works. You are going to load. Why are you going to load? You need to go to unload, my friend. Although I guess you can go to load. I don't care where you go. That's fine. As long as you're going, that's fine with me. You need to wait until unloaded, though. There's no point in having you drive all the way over here and just not waiting until you unload. That's really rather ridiculous. Also, the Kolgransky coal ore processing plant is coming along nicely, actually. Coming along very, very nicely. In fact, it makes me think maybe I want to get an iron ore processing plant over here as well. That might be an idea, friends. That might be a very, very good idea. Or alternatively, it could be a mediocre idea, to be honest. It could go either way. Why don't we see if we can try and get this set up, eh? That would be a pretty darn good idea. Also, I haven't even got to the most exciting, fun part of this episode yet, which I'm really excited about, frankly, as you can probably tell. Right, the game does not like when it needs to auto-calculate the conveyors. So now I'm holding down control so it doesn't auto-calculate where the conveyors are going to go. Watch as I release the control button. You'll be able to see the exact point where I release the control button. Oh, yeah, you see? You see, the game is not fantastically optimized when it comes to dealing with the auto-placing conveyor belts. Okay, what do we need? We need a aggregate loading, train aggregate loading, which I will be able to stick. To be honest, yeah, let's try and stick it right about there. Why am I using rubles for this? We've definitely got, definitely got a line over here. A line over here? What am I talking about? An excavator. That's the term that I was looking for. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into railways. Yep. Let's... I do actually already have this aggregate loading here, although that's not really of that much use to me, to be honest. I'm actually going to branch off the track here. There we go. And we are going to see if we can try and bring this track around. Wonderful. Yes, very, very happy with that. Merge you in here. Oh, sorry, you wanted to know the fun thing that I had planned. Oh, well, since you ask nicely, I shall elaborate. So, you know how a couple of episodes ago I said that I was planning to build a brand new university in Potatograd because we had, you know, so much demand for learning and education and all of that nonsense. I mean, all of that good stuff. Yes, it turns out that I am actually going to be doing that in this episode, and I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest, because we're going to be building a party headquarter building, which is kind of fun, isn't it? It's very fun, in fact. Say it with me. Say it with me, comrades. We all love the party headquarters. That's right. That's right. If you don't love the party headquarters, frankly, you are part of the problem. You're anti-Soviet. That's a problem. That is a real big old problem. Right, let's get you merged in there. Brilliant, brilliant. This is absolutely not what I wanted to do, by the way. I'm thinking of what I wanted to do, and this isn't it, actually. Okay, let me just get my affairs in order before I progress any further and make an even larger fool of myself. Give me a large aggregate storage. Yeah, so let's get you fed into there. Brilliant. Goodness me. It's like, again, if I'm not holding control, then there really is a big old problem with lag. Okay. Let's hold control. And yeah, just like that, actually, that's totally fine. And then we want to see if we can try and find a route. Any chance that we can try and find a little bit of access. Maybe something like that. And then, I mean, this was always going to be a little bit of a tough road to work around. But that's at least one coal ore processing facility dealt with, which is good. We just need to link up the other two around here. This is probably not going to be too difficult a job, he says, with a huge amount of confidence. Mostly, I was kind of not expecting the power pylons to be much hassle. As ever, they have demonstrated their, I mean, insane ability, frankly. The absolutely insane ability to stop in their tracks absolutely any construction of any magnitude. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. They're able to stop it. It's frankly bananas. Well, that's okay. I've got a little trick up my sleeve here. I am gonna see if I can try and build. Where is it? Yep, that's it. A conveyor / pipe thingamabobber. Oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the absolute wrong type of thing that I was after. Yeah, this is more my style. Although it should still be entirely doable. There we go. We found a route. Brilliant. And we need to find a route in for this dude over here. So let me see if we can try and get... Yeah, this is the one that I'm after. Oh, goodness. You didn't like that, did you, video game? Although there was a link up there somewhere. Yeah, no, I don't want to link up. I don't want to link up that. No, sorry. Yep. That's good. Okay, and then keep it coming around this way. Yes, please. And I would dearly love that to happen. Yep, that's perfect. I mean, this looks a little bit like a Frankenstein monster sort of situation. And in fact, I tell you what, it kind of is. because I'm coming around the rear of this aggregate storage in order to try and consolidate it into one singular building. There is absolutely no reason to have one singular building. I might as well just get a second. Because the point is, if I'm able to make this straight, make this flat, presumably I am. There we go. Nice and simple. Hold control to make things go much faster. Bash that down there. We draw a connection manually over there. We draw a connection. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, video game. That's bad faith. That's acting in bad faith. You're gonna make me build an entirely separate conveyor engine transfer just for... Okay, whatever. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Not angry, just disappointed. Okay, so that goes in there. We now need to either connect this up here or this directly over to there. I mean, the chances of this connection happening probably fairly slim unless I was to somehow move this road. But I don't really want to do that, not at this moment in time. I think, to be honest, I'll let this all get built. I'm gonna queue this up to be built. The rails, I don't know why I queued up to be built, because I can just build the rails myself. I mean, that's not the expensive part. The rails are, you know, really the cheapest aspect of this entire puzzle. If you'd like me to put it that way, which I would like to put it that way. So there we go. I guess that's what I've got going for me. It's always really weird to think about, right? It's always really weird to think about because you obviously, as a viewer, are watching this video, and I obviously, as the video creator, am creating this video. And, you know, can I just express my desire at this point to say I hope you're enjoying yourself? I am. I hope you are too. I hope you're having a good time. Hope you're safe. Hope you're well. Hope everything in your life is looking up. Is all good. But you see, that's the unfortunate reality. As much as I wish that this was a conversation between us, it's not. It's a weird, funky dynamic where if you want to give me a suggestion on how to play the game, you know, you gotta go to the comments. And you know, I don't think I really necessarily have a you know, a dislike for this format. No siree. I've made 3,800 videos or whatever. In this very format, talking at a microphone by myself or with another collection of people, with nobody from the audience to bounce ideas back off of. It's just a thing. That's what I'm trying to say. That might not sound like a very cognizant point, dear viewer, but I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for being there. Hope you're having a great time. That's really kind of what I wanted to say. And just to sort of briefly address how funky these things can be from time to time. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Not our conversation. No. I like the conversation. Conversation is positive. The conveyor system is, you know, it leaves me wanting more. It leaves me wanting substantially more. There we go. That's not super bad. It's actually pretty reasonable. Some other infrastructure's in the way? Really? Any chance that I'm going to be able to... I mean, I think that this is going to be a disaster, actually. I mean, we're talking like millimeters here to get this road working. I know you want to work, video game. I know you want to work. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. My bones never lie. My bones never ever lie. Okay. Now this one, I was a way to say I'm not sure what my bones are telling me on this one. Sometimes, even though I know my bones don't lie, it's a little bit difficult to interpretate what they're saying. Before you ask, yeah, that is a word. Don't at me, bro. Or feel free to at me. It's up to you. Twitter.com/showbitapotato. There you go. Go at me all you like. Hey! It was... No, it's just... Okay. Yikes. Okay, moving on anyway, very swiftly. See, this is the only place that you get quality commentary of this nature, eh? I've ping-ponged between the weirdness of the dynamic, you know, between YouTuber and viewer, and now I'm immediately going to, you know, just pointless conversational topics about Twitter. You really do get it all here, folks. You really do get it all. And in ample magnitude with hour-long videos as well. How could you be left wanting? Also, what the heck are you doing here? Why are you coming around this way? This is not for trains like you. This is, you're supposed to be going back to the... I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing at all, but it's not a sensible thing. Okay, let's ping over to Potatograd, see what the situation is over here. Can confirm, I'm happy with the situation. Oh yeah, I forgot that we're gonna be building kind of near the nuclear road. That's right, that's what it is being called now. It's the route that we use to sell our nuclear fuel. And I dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a nice road. Well, actually, no, it's not a nice road. It's a terrible road. But, you know, it's not bad. It's all right. I'm going to get the headquarters of the Communist Party right now. That's right. That's right. It's going to be brilliant. Where do I want to stick it? I want to stick it to the man. That's where I want to stick it. But probably like here as a more reasonable suggestion. Where the heck does this power cable go? Oh, this is actually quite a pivotal power cable, in fact, that I'm going to have to remove on a temporary basis for now. I'm going to almost certainly lose where it was and where it should be going. But don't worry about it. Okay, headquarters of the Communist Party. Let's stick that down right over there. Brilliant. Let's see if by some miracle... Yes. No. No. I was optimistic there. There we go. I can still remain optimistic. Brilliant. So that is going to open up the possibility of... providing more education to more people. How tremendous is that? That would cost, under normal circumstances, a heck of a lot of money. Don't really think that that is what I want to do. Okay. Now, you see, part of the problem is that we're not actually building this road, because I don't believe we have got anywhere near enough gravel, which is a real problem. However, I think that we can start on the headquarters, at least for now. 165 tons of gravel is literally required just for that construction, and we already have a whole bunch of trucks which are demanding gravel. How is this happening? How is this happening? How is gravel in such high demand? I didn't figure gravel to be something that was just, you know, duly a supply shortage as well as a demand surplus. Is that the technical term to describe what's happening here? I don't know. Anyone who knows a smidge of economics, please let me know what's up. I feel like I adequately expressed what the situation was. Maybe not in the correct parlance, but still. We do have a little bit of pollution around, mostly because of the pretty horrific nature of a gravel processing plant being right in the middle of town. I mean, that's not good. But it could be worse. Could be more in the middle of town, put it that way. Could be definitely more in the middle of town. Yeah, we just don't have that much gravel. We've got plenty of gravel trucks coming in. We're just not processing the gravel at a fast enough pace. I think that's the reality of the situation here, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, I mean, there are a couple of things that we can do about this. The first suggestion is, I think, what we're going to end up going for. I still can't believe that we have a gravel shortage. That's... Oh, also, I flipping forgot to reconnect the power cable, didn't I? Goodness gracious me, Potato. You really are a bit of a plonker sometimes, aren't you? Right. Building is in the way. There we go, just like that. Okay. Rebuild. There we go. Wonderful. Yes, so the suggestion that I proposed in the last episode was one in which we install a brand new factory, a gravel processing facility V2. That's right. Maximum production of gravel per workday is 280 tons, and maximum consumption of quarried stone is 400 tons. So that's rather a lot of quarried stone. Much more than the current gravel processing plant can deal with. It's like 4 times more by the looks of it. Yeah, just less than 4 times more. There's actually... Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That is a lot of additional gravel processing capacity. But in saying that, well, that's the wrong building. In saying that, I feel like it actually is kind of necessary. Feels kind of justified in this circumstance. So maybe we just go for it. I think we do indeed try and go for it. Problem is that we are a little bit short on space. Yeah. I mean, we can just get rid of this gravel processing plant. Is that maybe what I want to do? If I get rid of this gravel processing plant, it would cost us a pretty penny. This costs 78,000 rubles, but that's not... It's not an insufferable amount. We can definitely deal with that. We can definitely absorb that cost. Alternatively, I could just place down another plant over here. Hold on. Let me explore this just for a second here. What do we got? We got a construction office. Can I move the mechanisms? It's full, that depot. That's very irritating. Right, give me a big construction office. Stick down over here. There we go. And let's pop that in the build queue. I'm just going to build it because, again, I've got so much money. Have I mentioned that already? Probably. Because I want everyone to know. I want everyone to know the crazy turnaround that has ensued over the course of this series. Once I had 20,000 bridging loans. Now 20,000 bridging loans have me. No, not quite. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Doesn't have the ring to it that I was going for. But you know what? It's the trying that counts, right? I don't really think that's necessarily true in all cases. But, you know, certainly for this one, definitely feels like it. Okay. I think I've moved all of the... Yeah, all of the different vehicles. They should have all been moved over to the large, brand new construction office. Let's speed it up. Let's speed it up to see if that is indeed the case. Bish bash bosh. Let's get everyone over there as quickly as we possibly can, please. And then I'm going to try destroying this construction office right over here. And we're going to see if we can try and get an additional gravel processing plant in this area. Maybe a little bit optimistic, but I'm hopeful. I'm real hopeful. Right. And let's get you demolished. Wonderful. Excellent demolition job there, my friends. That's wonderful. Right. Plop down a gravel processing facility, if indeed it's possible. Oh, it's so close. It's so tantalizingly close to being possible. I mean, this road doesn't actually have to be here. Alright, so let's just wipe out the entirety of this road. There we go. Wipe out the entirety of this road. That road doesn't even need to be there. That's totally fine. Stick down this here. Oh, you're close. You're close, video game. You're close. Right, I think we can get away with just maneuvering this road around a little bit. Try that. Still not close enough. Okay, let's go for a little bit of terrain evening. Some very, very subtle changes, but you'd be surprised at the effect that those changes can have. Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of terrain modification. And you're in. There we go. Okay, we've got that conveyor secured, as well as this little road over there as well, which is really, really nice. I'm gonna gravelify. Excuse me. All right, this is not good, but that's fine. There we go, much better. All right, 4,000 rubles for that that nice and dandy piece of road. I'll do it. Okay, 79,000 rubles for this is quite a lot to be honest. Am I able to? Oh yes. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, that is good. I like that a lot. Any chance that we can get under that conveyor there? No, I don't think so. Although I think that just linking it up to this one building should be totally fine. It does require 20 workers at maximum, but I don't think that that will become too much of an issue. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right, now, the great thing about this gravel processing facility, well, apart from the fact that it's in the very center of town, which I'm sure not everyone is thrilled about, but whatever. The great thing about this processing facility, in general, is that it has the wonderful ability to connect up to a large aggregate storage. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to ditch this road vehicles depot. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to get myself a large aggregate storage right over here. Don't tell me that we're not able to fit that in there. No, don't, you know, give me answers. Don't give me questions, video game. Come on. Right. That is pretty much perfect. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I will do it in that orientation. Right. It will all become clear in just a microsecond here, folks. Right, so. Now let's talk about the connection over here. So, this is going to be the area that we store quarried stone. Can you believe that? We are actually getting a large aggregate storage for quarried stone. Usually, that doesn't happen. At least, not in my games. We need to connect up this output here to this input here. That is an absolute requirement. Whether that's going to be possible will be seen in just a second. Now, I am kind of optimistic. In fact, I'm very optimistic. The fact that we now have access to this auto-finding conveyor tool is just simply phenomenal. It really is. It really is brilliant. I'm quite optimistic that we can find a route here. I think we can do it. Right. Try again. There we go. Nice. I'm getting better at using the incredibly powerful bulldozer tool. Right. Sure. Stick that in there and see if by some miracle... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly it. And then we want to see, is there any way in which you will line up over here? No. That's okay because we can just use the bulldozer tool a little bit over here. Hopefully that will change your mind. No, you're not going to do that. Okay. That's fine. All right, we're going to have to go a slightly more wonky route. I think we'll use this one. Yep. Okay, that in there. And then, can we get a link up over here? Really, that is surprising. I was kind of anticipating that being a bit of a shoo-in, to be honest. A bit of a shoo-in. Well, if that's not possible, then what we can do is we can just ditch all of this track here, which seems a little bit frivolous. However, we can immediately just replace it with a triple rail crossover. By the way, I would like to add that this whole conveyor system is actually, we're crossing over the rails and then we're gonna have to cross back in order to get up here. But you know, don't think through the logistics too much, lest your mortal brain combust. You have to be careful with these things. Combusting mortal brains It's a worry. It's a worry. I'm also a little bit concerned that that decides to not work just because of the way that the video game operates chain signals. But I guess we'll see if that does indeed work. Okay, cool. So, we got a conveyor. We got a conveyor on the right side now. Or the wrong side, technically. But whatever. Then, we're going to go right over here. And let's see if we can make it fit. Oh, there is a chance. Can we get it to fit with just one singular machine? I'm a hopeful person. Right, that is definitely possible. Again, it's the sheer viciousness of the absolutely obscenely crazy power pylons. They really are bananas. All right, give me this right over here. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, now all we need to do is make sure that that is all link-upable by road, mostly for construction purposes, or actually mostly for fire purposes, to be honest. That doesn't need to get linked up over there. That's totally fine. You can always cross over here and cross down there. Perfect. You can cross up here, over to there. You can presumably cross over here at some point. Yeah, that's fine. You can link up over there for good measure too. Any chance that we'll be able to get through a little gap here? That's the only flaw in my plan. The only flaw. The only thing that was holding me back. It was all looking so good. It was all looking so good until these measly kids got involved. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't. I've gotten away with it. He's gotten away with it. He's done it. It's one of those rare occasions when the villain in Scooby-Doo actually gets away with it. Frankly, an unheard of occurrence, actually, in terms of reality. But there we go. Okay, so that is good. That is half the battle. That is going to be doing the transporting of the quarried stone. I guess I can build this. Sure. It's going to be doing the quarried stone transfer over to the gravel processing, which I am absolutely A-okay about. The next thing that I want to get started is a... See, this is why I made this out of dirt road. This area is going to house, I hope, 2, maybe only 1 though. Actually, could be here. Yeah. Could be on this side, maybe. This area is going to host a aggregate unloading. And the whole point of doing that... was so that I can have multiple aggregate unloadings for trucks to dispose of their loads at. Oh God, I'm gonna remove this flippin' unbelievably irritating wire, even though it's kind of like my last resort. I never really want to, as you can probably tell. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that you'll be able to tell. Okay. So yeah, something like that would be pretty darn good. And then I can make a more permanent road with gravel here. Maybe too sharp a turn? Really? Is that really the case? I don't buy that, to be honest. Right. Let me see if I can. Nope. There we go. Okay, that's very good. That's very, very, very good. It does leave a little to be desired in terms of the route that these trucks are going to have to take. They're going to have to drive through town in order to get to where they need to go. So that's a little bit of a trek, and I don't love it. I don't love that. I don't love the journey that the dumper trucks are going to have to take in order to get to where they need to go. But look, if this is all that I have to endure, then I think I can just about take it. Okay, build that. Build that. There we go. I tell you what I could do. I didn't really want to do this. But that's okay. You won't tell anyone, will you? Please don't. Please do not tell anyone. Right, there we go. And then gravel roads. Jeez. Gravel road, come on. There we go. Gravel road, he says. Too sharp of a turn? Really? Come on, my dude. There we go, just like that. Okay. And then gravelify that road as well. Get that all boosted. Fantastic. I don't think there's going to be any way to get the road from here to there, but... yeah, there's no way to run a road down the side here. Ah, you know what? Look, this is fine. This is fine. If it means that some trucks need to go through the center of town, I don't care. I don't believe that truck fumes are modeled as pollution anyway. So there you go. You know, put that in your pipe and smoke it. I absolutely hate that expression because, I mean, what does it even mean? What does it even mean? I don't even understand. I mean, I understand the concept of a pipe, but it just doesn't make much sense to me in terms of like a gotcha thing, you know? I mean, what are you getting me with? But you're telling me to smoke a pipe? Is that not a thing that you probably as an individual would want to do if you're using that as an insult to me? I just don't get it. I just fundamentally don't get it. And I'm just expressing my distaste for the expression to all of you. So there we go. Okay, so that sorts out the quarried stone situation. Now, do we have... we don't actually have... we've actually... well, I'll tell you what. We're not in a terrible position. We're not in a terrible position at all. However, in saying that, we do indeed have a mod installed. That's right, we got a mod for flipping everything. It's a gravel mine V2, and the great thing about a gravel mine V2 is much like the gravel processing, as you can see here, it outputs directly, that's right, directly to a flippin' conveyor belt, which is just oh so powerful. It's so good. It really is, and it makes everything so much easier. Okay. Let me see about this. I mean, is there a place that I want to put it specifically? Not necessarily, to be honest. Yeah, but if I could get a double mine set up over here somewhere, that would be pretty darn good. And what I would like to do is just stick down an aggregate loading over here somewhere. There we go. Any chance of that? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that's a single aggregate loading for 2 gravel mines. Assuming that I can get the road connected up here, which is a big assumption to make. Very, very big assumption to make, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, very, very big assumption to make that I'm going to be able to get all of the roads connected up here. Yeah, assuming that I'm able to get the roads connected up here, then we'll just go ahead and set up a bunch of brand new routes. Bunch of brand new routes for brand new trucks to take loads from this aggregate loading down to the brand new quarry. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to need to do a little bit of pre-terraforming before trying to build the road here. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way around it. Okay. Yes, good. Sometimes you can manipulate the game into just doing exactly what you want. And other times, you will have no such luck under any circumstances. There you go. Come on, just do that. Actually, yeah, if I shake it back and forth, it seems to modify the terrain in a very appropriate fashion. Should it do so? Probably not. Does it do it? Apparently so. That works for me. I mean, this is actually going much better than I expected, frankly. Yeah, if it works, right? Ah, there we go. He's only doing it. He's only doing it. I mean, this is going to be the most unbelievably difficult road. This is going to be the most challenging commute in the entire country. However, it's an occupational hazard, I guess. I mean, what do I say to that? I mean, this is working. You can probably hear the shock in my voice. Wow, that worked. That worked. It actually has gone and worked. Right, give me an average terrain. Yep. It does look, or it does seem to me anyway, that the modifications that were apparently made to the way that road terraforming works, positive. Definitely positive. Don't understand why you're not doing anything right now, Mr. Excavator. Even when I put the game in pause, or in play, you don't want to seem to work. Not a problem. Sure, okay. Nice and level so you can get connected up, and then we will worry about the rest of it. There we go. I mean, I could just bridge it. I feel like bridging it is the coward's way out, to be honest. But angle of connection is too sharp. Hill causing obstruction. That's still too much of a decline. What about if I try and drag the road from across here, slowly increasing in increments, very slight increments, that is, the height. In fact, what if I just don't even average, just level it up. There we go, something like that. There we go. What do you know? It works. Brilliant. And just like that, we've managed to make the whole system work super easily. Brilliant. We still need road access, by the way, in case you're wondering, because we will need to refuel the mechanisms that work at this site. So let's get two. Let's get two, one at each. There we go. And they will all give me an abundance of quarried stone. There should be a power supply up here, as far as I'm aware, which is very nice indeed. We also do not have a... I can't even remember what that building's called. I haven't built one in such a long time. A depot? A road vehicles depot? That's the term that I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm gonna need to build a road vehicles depot right now. Desperate to, actually. Desperate for a road vehicles depot. That's what people say about me. Orbital Potato, that guy is desperate for a road vehicles depot. Right, 8 trucks, honestly, I feel like that's probably undercooking the amount that we will need. I think that we're seriously going to need a lot. But right, we are going to deliver half to there, right? So half of the trucks are going to go to here. Brilliant. And in fact, actually, I think I've just had an idea. I think I've just had one of those brain waves of ideas. Load 100% of anything, and then unload 100% of anything. Is that a brainwave of an idea? Is that stupid to do it like that? I feel like maybe it actually is a very bad brainwave of an idea. Okay. Yeah, let's just do what I was always going to do. Copy 4 copies. Or 3 other copies, should I say. These guys will all go to the first aggregate unloading, and then the rest are going to go to the other one. Right. Brilliant. It was a bit of a brainwave, but probably mostly not a brainwave. Wait until loaded on both forms over there. And boom, boom, boom. Dispatch, 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 dispatch. That's what I like to see. Happy days. Right, so in order to make this whole process work, we are going to need to buy that conveyor belt and that conveyor belt too. Fantastic. The rest of the process should actually kind of just happen naturally, I believe. There should be no requirement to interfere in anything. I'm just going to upgrade this road to gravel road because, you know, gravel is an endangered species in this here Soviet Republic. Okay, so yeah, this is working as intended. It looks like the chain signal does indeed work, even though there is, a conveyor rail in front of it. So, good to just absolutely make sure that that does indeed work. Alright. Are we out of coal? Why are we out of coal? Ah, we got a power supply issue. We have a real power supply issue. Where are you getting your power from there, my dude? You're getting your power there from 2 sources. But it's actually only 1 source because we didn't connect up. Yeah, we didn't reconnect up this. Why was it just goes straight? Okay, alright, whatever. We didn't reconnect that, but that's totally fine. Are we still underpowered here? We're getting 3 watts through this way? Is that really the case? Is that, it's kind of surprising to me, to be honest. Right, let's beef up. Beef up the wires there, see if that makes any difference. That seems to have made a tremendous difference, in fact. Absolutely tremendous difference. Yeah, it looks like the wattage is much more consistent. The voltage is holding much more steady now. And that was just because we bumped up the carrying capacity of the wires between the medium voltage switch and the transformer over here. Not the transformer, the electric substation. Transformer, electric substation, it's all very much of a muchness to me. I'm not an electrician by trade. I don't think I know the first thing about circuits or electricity. Something about parallel and series, and that's about it. And to be honest, no desire to go any further than that. No thanks. Not at all. Right, what have we got? We got quarried stone coming in here. Lovely. This is our first brand new load of quarried stone. Store this item. Sure. And that is going to be, I mean, that is going to be a lot of supply. As I say, we need many, many more trucks because the rate at which gravel is produced at Gravel Mines V2, quite an increase, so to speak, in terms of the difference between Gravel Mines V1, so to speak, and Gravel Mines V2. Yeah, very, very big difference, in fact. So I think that we can probably top up the number of trucks that we have on this route by a substantial amount. How many workers do we have at the gravel processing plant V2? About 15. 15, that's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. I am very excited to see this this brand new gravel production area enter into the workforce. So therefore, I'm gonna do exactly what I always wanted to do, and I'm gonna build all the stuff myself. And immediately we're out of quarried stone, but you know what? The amount of gravel that we've got coming in now is already tremendously increased. Alright, you know what? I think I'm just gonna have an absolute whale of a time by myself here, and I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of open hull trucks. That's right, it's gonna happen. It's gotta happen. Not open hull. That's absolutely the wrong type of truck. Right, I'm gonna buy 8 dumpers. 8 dumpers. You go to the aggregate unloading. You go to, which aggregate unloading do you go to? Ah, you go to the second one. Fine. Well, we can do a load of these trucks. In fact, all of these trucks. That's how confident I am that we're going to need all of this extra gravel capacity. Gravacity, as I call it. There we go. Okay. So all of this extra gravacity is going to make a tremendous difference. Gravacity, capacity, I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. You know, there's just a point. There's a point in every episode where you just have to let go. You just have to let go of reality. And you just have to realize, you know, the speaking takes over you. You no longer control the words that are coming out of your own mouth. You've hit the groove. You've hit the rhythm of the episode. I definitely feel like I get there reasonably quickly, to be honest. I don't know what that says about me, but I definitely feel like I get there very quickly. I don't know what these trucks are supposed to be doing. Well, in fact, no, tell a lie. I absolutely do know what they're supposed to be doing. I can just give them a brand new bespoke route. That's fine. I'm okay with doing that. Yeah, we also need more trucks on this route purely because of the length of it. The longer the route, the more trucks will be needed on it because there are more resources in transit at any given time. So that's fine. But yeah, I mean the sheer amount of gravel that we are now able to shift. Or sorry, no, it's not gravel. It's not gravel. It's quarried stone, which is of course a massive difference. What was this? Fire and Kobe? Fine. Yeah, massive difference. Massive, massive difference. But there is... Look at this. Look at how this looks. It looks great. That looks fantastic. It looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with this. I'm really happy with the way that this works. I think gravel extraction is a pretty grim and tedious process. And I think just like this, we have sped up our gravel extraction in a sense. So that's really, really good. We have also drastically increased the amount of gravel that we are able to process at any given moment, which is also real good. I'm really happy. This is good. This is good stuff. I mean, maybe not pollution-wise. Pollution leaves a little to be desired, to be honest. But, I mean, in an ideal world, maybe at some point we'd be able to think about shutting down the traditional gravel processing plant and, you know, just go it solo with the modded gravel plant. Seriously, that is an option. That is definitely an option. It does seem a little bit of a shame, the drive that these dumper trucks have to go on in order to get to where they need to go. I do wonder, is there any more of a direct route that could be taken? I feel like the answer is yes. There must be. There simply must be a route. Sure, that over there, that over there. What about by some miracle if you decide to go through here? You will go through there. Ah, but it's too close to the existing railway over there. I mean, I still think it's possible. I still think it's very possible. Give me that upgraded, that upgraded, that upgraded over there. Perfect. Let me build all of this because I'm that confident that we're going to be able to find a route. We're going to be able to find a solution. There we go. Connect. That's a fire. I'm just dreading, by the way. I'm absolutely dreading the moment where I have to say, folks, our nuclear reactor is on fire, which is why I'm, like, trying to keep an eye on all of the fires that are happening. I mean, it's quite difficult to keep an eye on all of the fires that are happening because there are so many of them, so to speak. But, you know, I try. All right, so that's a little bit more of a direct route. It does have a little bit of a disadvantage in the fact that it sort of loops back on itself a little bit. So I don't really know if the trucks are gonna... What was that? Construct an office? Okay, fine. Yeah, so there might be a little loop around. It might not be the most direct way. It looks like, okay, it turns out maybe it's the most direct way for some trucks, but it's not the most direct way for other trucks. Yeah, well, you know what? I can't really complain. I think that's pretty darn good. Look, ladies and gents, this has been real. This has been real. We've made actual tremendous progress on our gravel processing. We have currently got no trains in the station. We've got a bunch of gravel that's actually accumulating in the large aggregate storage, which is exactly what we want. We want a bigger backlog of gravel so that as soon as the train comes into the station, it can be loaded up and it can disappear off into the night. Or the day. Whatever. It doesn't particularly matter to me. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching this episode of Works and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, has been Over to Potato. As ever, if you're interested in helping make videos like this directly possible, check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/Over to Potato. I'll see you next time. Bye.